The Albuquerque Public Library Foundation was founded by several longtime library volunteers who envisioned more opportunities for the Albuquerque public library system than could be provided by bond issues and other public monies. The foundation strives to improve the quality of life through literacy, one reader at a time. Joining us now to talk about how you can help and meet some incredible authors this weekend are Julia Clark, president of the Albuquerque Public Library Foundation, along with director of the Albuquerque Bernalillo County Library Systems, Dean Smith. Guys, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
So just a brief overview of what the foundation does, but go into a little bit more of the mission that you guys have for the Duke City and literacy within our community.
Well, the primary role of the foundation is just the way the library enriches its community through, with the results being, better educational attainment, more business activity, and just a greater sense of pride in the community. The foundation also enriches the library, and it does that by supporting our early literacy centers. It does that by offering these fabulous author events, and it does that by enhancing our buildings. For instance, the new Central and Unser Library, the foundation raised over $100,000 and paid for all of the furnishings in the children's room.
That's great. That's great. Lots of stuff going on. We're going to talk about an event coming up this weekend, but first tell us overall this summer, what's going on with the ABC libraries?
Well, the big thing for the libraries in the summer is the summer reading program. And we do that because we've known about what's now called the summer slide for decades, which is if a child is not engaged in some kind of an enrichment activity over the summer, that they will fall behind their peers who are. And if you compare a child that's been engaged over the summer versus a child that's not been involved in enrichment over the summer, by the 5th grade, a child that's not been involved will be 2-3 years behind their peers.
2 or 3 years behind?
Absolutely. It's an enormous
That's an
loss.
amazing statistic. Wow.
And summer reading, you simply read, if a child simply reads 4 books over the summer, that will stop that summer loss. They will not have it. It's a simple thing. And we want reading to be something that's fun and exciting and that you do for pleasure. Same as playing video games or skateboarding or playing soccer. And so that's our mission, is to say that reading is something that we all do because we want to do it. It's not because you're going to get graded on it or have an assignment. So this year's theme is every hero has a story. So along with our usual storytelling and puppet shows and fun activities that are going on, we've also got the fire department coming with their trucks and the APD coming, police officers to talk about what they do,
meet them up
as
close.
Heroes.
That's great. Well, let's talk about this event going on tomorrow. Very exciting. Last year you guys had quite a big name as part of this, A Word with Writers. You've got 2 great authors this year. So Julie, tell us a little bit about what this whole event is about.
Okay, well, what we heard from the community is that they love to have events with authors. They want to meet them, they want the opportunity to ask questions, etc. And authors want to sell books. So the Library Foundation partnered with Bookworks, and we worked hard to find a format that would be a little different and would be engaging. And we looked to Seattle and to Portland and Pittsburgh and other cities and said, what's really working in these communities? And authors in conversation seemed to be something that was going well. So our series is called A Word with Writers. We started last May with George R.R. Martin and Diana Gabaldon. And tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock at the Chemo Theater, we are so excited to introduce Mira Jacob and Kirsten Valdez-Quaid. Who are both young New Mexico authors. So
they're both New Mexico authors. I didn't realize Mira Jacob was a New Mexico author as well. That's great. What happens at these conversations? They talk about the writing process. Audience can find out from them, get inspiration. I mean, is it really just an open dialogue?
It is absolutely an open dialogue. And what we enjoyed hearing the audience comments after the George R.R. Martin, Diana Gabaldon event is many audience members only read one of those authors, and then they were walking out with stacks of books by the other author because they realized that there was more in common than difference. And it's so exciting to be introduced to a new author. And these 2 are young women who have they've both written their first books to great critical acclaim. They've won awards for their work, and it's just fabulous, and it will open new horizons.
That's great. Well, before we get out of time really quick,
Sure.
just this is happening tomorrow. Where and when?
Chemo Theater, 7 p.m.
7
You can get tickets at chemotickets.com or holdmyticket.com or on the Bookworks website.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Well, for more information on that, head over to casa.com, guys. Thanks for stopping by.